I think everybody's interested in psychology. You know, when we get together and we talk to our friends, what are we talking about? Probably not the stock market. We're probably talking about other people, trying to figure out why they behave the way that they do, why they make the choices that they do, why they think the way that they do. And it's the most interesting thing that we can think about and talk about and study. Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Cody Riley. I am a developmental psychologist and I teach in the psychology program at Marymount University. My parents, when I was in high school, they started taking in foster children. So I really saw in that instance, how important parenting can be to your development. At first I wanted to help children like them. Then I realized it's really difficult to help children if the parents are not on board. It's impossible, really. So then I decided to switch to developmental psychology. My research is on mother-infant interaction and children's development in immigrant families. I began my research when I was a postdoctoral fellow at the National Institutes of Health under the guidance of Dr. Mark Bornstein. When I came to his lab, he had data from all over the world. So my research fits in that I'm looking at Japanese immigrant, South American immigrant, and South Korean immigrant families. Right now, a quarter of the children in the United States have at least one immigrant parent. So this is a huge and growing population. One thing that this research helps us to do is to see if there's any similarities across immigrant samples or whether there are differences among them. We see that what predicts the child's vocabulary size at 20 months, its mother's acculturation level, predicts how much she speaks to the child in English, which predicts the child's vocabulary size in English. Immigrants in all three groups had smaller vocabularies at 20 months, and that's just because learning two languages at once is a more complicated task. In the fall, I worked on a chapter that will be published in a book by the American Psychological Association. This chapter and the book itself is geared toward pediatricians and psychologists, other people who work with children generally. We really hope that it will be read by clinicians and physicians, and I wrote it with a pediatrician and a nurse and also a Marymount honor student. The idea that the thoughts, beliefs, customs of European Americans is what is American, that is changing. It's changing pretty dramatically.